Momentum can mean everything in a football game, especially when both teams are having trouble on offense. Like this past season, 2020, when LSU went to Auburn, neither team could generate momentum on offense early in the game, so it was Auburn's defense that came up with the game-changing play.
Wyatt gets the ball. Wyatt back to throw. Wyatt looks. Fires toward the end zone. Pass caught for touchdown by Matthew Butler.
What's up, y'all? I'm Matt Wyatt, former player, now broadcaster, helping you get more enjoyment watching football. Welcome back to the channel. Here's the play that changed the game for Auburn in their win over LSU. A second quarter interception that put them down on the goal line. I'm going to come back and show you how and why this play happened. To understand why this play was so huge, you need to check out the context of when this happened in the game. This LSU-Auburn game was all defense early, and you could attribute it to the offenses just making mistakes. So it turned into a punt-filled first quarter. 4 total drives in the first quarter, 4 punts. It was 0-0 at the turn, and on the first play of the second quarter, LSU missed a field goal attempt wide right, and the game remained scoreless. I mean, it was really sort of an ugly game at this point, but it looked like Auburn was finally about to break the goose egg, and then this, the play that symbolized the 2020 season, I think. A completion to the 1, it was ruled a completion anyway, fumble at the 1-yard line, into the end zone, the ball dipped out of bounds, just barely, and so it became a touchback. And due to the turnover, LSU took over at the 20-yard line. So after LSU missed the field goal, they get the improbable touchback to stop Auburn, and it almost felt like the game was trending LSU's direction. But then this play happened. All right, here's the play right here. They're trying to hit this out route at a 3-receiver side. 3 receivers wide side of the field. Ball on the left hash got one in the boundary, so 3-by-1. And so we'll look at the route combination, but that's who the target is right here, at least for the quarterback in this play. And it's an overthrow. Okay, so that's really the issue. Yeah, you can hit him on 2nd and 9. You know, if he catches that ball right here, you're probably going to get tackled. He might split him and make the first down, but you know, he's probably going to get tackled. But the issue is it's an overthrow to a cover 2 corner who is playing underneath and defending this flat out here. That's where he's going to sit. You basically throw it right to him over the head, make the receiver miss afterwards, and it's a big play. They do get him out of bounds, and if you're the quarterback, that's, you know, what you got to do is don't quit on the play. Don't sit around and think, woe is me, I threw a pick. Go make the play and give your defense a chance. And he did it right here, got him shoved out. And we'll see they came back and scored. A couple of different looks at this. We'll take a couple of different looks. But what's going on for Auburn is they're in a cover 2. There's 4 on the line of scrimmage. Okay, so whatever the personnel, it looks like nickel personnel to me, which would be sort of like 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, or 4 linemen with a stand-up end and 2 linebackers, because I think this is nickel personnel right here. And what I mean by that is the 5th defensive back, because you have a safety high to the right, a safety high to the left, so it's a 2 high safety look with corners who are up, kind of got their positioning is sort of shaded to the sideline with their back sort of to the sideline to filter everything into the middle, which is a true cover 2 look. And a lot of teams do this, and then they'll rotate out of it when you snap the football. But Auburn's not going to rotate out of this. They're going to stay with it. And with the ball on the left hash, what they're doing is they're not balancing the field with those safeties. They're splitting the football with those safeties, 1 to the left of the ball, 1 high to the right. It's a true cover 2 look against this freshman quarterback right here. So you're getting a vertical or runoff by the outside receiver. Okay, and that's key because in that cover 2, a lot of times what you're doing is you're trying to put that corner in a bind, even though he's the underneath defender out here to this side, again, sort of out here in this flat is his area. You want to get somebody behind him in that hole shot area back here to put some pressure on the safety to cover over, and then also put some pressure on the corner to cover back possibly. And that either opens it up underneath if the corner makes a mistake. If he stays up on the underneath route, which he's going to kind of do here, you should have the opportunity to hit that hole shot down here behind him. They're also running a vertical by the number 3, okay, to the near safety. So again, you're going to have vertical there, vertical to the outside against cover 2. And if the quarterback has time to sit in the pocket and read this, he's going to have the opportunity to read off of that safety out here. And if he stays in the middle, throw it here to the boundary, onto the far side hole shot. If the safety sinks out or sags outside, you may have that vertical in the middle of the field, depending on how he's covered underneath. We'll take a look at all that. Regardless, he sees cover 2 and thinks, okay, I'm going to this easy out route. Now, he doesn't, it's not third down, it's 2nd and 9. But again, you've got an out route that, because of the coverage, is running right into a corner who's going to be sitting on it out here in this flat. So that's really kind of the first mistake. And then the accuracy of the throw is the second. It's a little late. Okay, the break has already happened. You know, if it's on time and accurate, as soon as he turns his head, he might catch it, turn, split him, and make this first down right here. But it's a little late and an overthrow, and therefore the pick. And like I said, you know, I've been there. And as a matter of fact, in my career, my senior year, 99, a game we won here at Auburn, but I did the same thing, the same spot of the field. I threw a pick, and I had to run over here and shove a guy out of bounds at about this exact spot on the field. And that's what you got to. And afterwards, my coach said, one of the better plays you made was not giving up on this and giving our defense a chance to go get him shoved out of bounds. So this is a good job. After you make a mistake, don't give up on it. Go see if you can get your defense on the field, and don't give up the easy touchdown return. On the play down the field, this is where you get a little bit of a look at what he's seeing, okay? Again, he's got time. You've got a 4-man rush right here. Is that 4? Yeah, you got a 4-man rush. You got plenty to block. 5 out in the route. So it's 5 on 4 in terms of protection. He's not worried about that. Against the cover 2 into the boundary, he's getting vertical up the sideline, and that safety is over. Okay, so it's sort of opening the middle of the field. So if he's reading the wide side, which he is, what is the route? Vertical up the middle by the inside receiver. It's going to threaten this safety back here, 2 deep safety. Vertical over the corner, which also threatens the safety. Okay, so I think that's where the read should go, given the protection in the rush and given the route. Okay, and I think the first mistake is deciding to take the easy throw underneath. With, again, cover 2, this is what this means. You got 2 safeties. He's responsible for this deep half of the field. This safety is responsible for this deep half of the field, right? So the corner is going to sit and play this underneath zone if someone shows in his area, and that's what's happening right now. That out route is actually pulling him up, okay? So when that happens, 2 things now. See, the ball's already been thrown, okay? That's why I said, you know, maybe a little early decision if you're reading this side of the field, because ball's thrown now. But if he's standing in that pocket and making a decision now, he's reading off this safety who's hanging on the hash, basically taking this away, and the ball is going to come right here to this vertical up the sideline on what you call that hole shot, because he's past him, right? So if the ball is thrown now out here to the 40, you're going to get a chance to hit this receiver up the sideline between, you know, inside of their or outside of their coverage. Instead, though, he's taking the out route, which is running into the cover 2 corner. If you were to look a step further, again, ball's gone, and so the defense is reacting to the football now. You can see that, right? So it's not a true picture of how they would cover this, but just to show you what we're talking about, that safety right here, if at this point, you know, if you're holding the ball, reading him with your eyes, and he stays out here or sags outside, thinking hole shot, then you're going to have an opportunity right here one-on-one, and it's either going to be throw him up the field on a go or hit him back shoulder for a big play. If that safety had run out of there, he did not. Again, it's not a terrible read. I mean, it's cover 2, it's 2nd and 9. You know, he's backpedaling, ball's coming out now. So if you hit him accurately, it's not a big deal. The issue is the overthrow. That's the whole issue. But again, what I think is based on the coverage of the 2 deep safety, if he doesn't make a quick decision, you let it develop just another step further, you've got plenty of protection, he's probably going to eyeball through that receiver to the corner and throw this hole shot right here before the safety can get over. And as a true freshman, he definitely has the arm to do that. So it's a little bit of the read, but mainly the throw is the problem right here that really gets you in trouble. And comes down, gets his foot out of bounds. Cameras gave you a good look at that right there as he stepped on the stripe. Auburn came back on the very next play and scored, or the next series of plays, a couple plays later, right after this. did a little motion, little screen pass off of moving the quarterback right there and got their first touchdown of the game. Momentum now on their side squarely, given the way the game had started. And after it was 7-0, they came back and forced another turnover, this time a fumble, pass rush on the left of the quarterback, and they collapsed the pocket on him. He's trying to do something with the football, gets it knocked out of there. The middle linebacker, who's actually was past line of scrimmage in coverage, is the one who reacts to the football on the ground, picks it up and takes it in for Auburn. So, the turnovers, mistakes on offense for LSU is what turned the momentum of this game for sure, and Auburn really never looked back. This was part of 21 unanswered points in the ballgame. Now, TJ Finley, the freshman quarterback for LSU, did some good things while Brennan was hurt. He was really good in their win over South Carolina the week before this Auburn game, and I don't think anyone should write him off in the upcoming quarterback competition in Baton Rouge. He's huge, 6'6", 240 pounds, has a cannon, and once defenses got a little film on him, they started baiting him into a few mistakes. And hey, he was a true freshman. But I will say, if Brennan comes back healthily and the way Max Johnson played later in the year, Finley probably has an uphill battle if he wants to overtake those guys and win the job at LSU in 2021. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I am saying he really is going to have to outwork those two in the summer. Do me a favor, subscribe and like. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.